So I've got a small coffee table project coming up, and what I need for this is some kind of wood glue or adhesive. What I didn't want to do is make the table with some glue or adhesive and then realise that it wasn't the appropriate glue or adhesive to use. So in this video I'm going to be checking out this Geocel Joiner's Mate wood adhesive. It's a polyurethane gel, water resistant and very high strength. Now, even though this is labelled wood adhesive, for internal and external bonding of wood, metal, stone, concrete, brick, masonry and plastic. So before I go ahead and use it on my coffee table that I'm going to build fairly soon, I've got some scrap pieces of timber here, some MDF, some ply, some hardwood, some softwood and some pallet wood, and I'm just going to try this on different applications, kind of flat surface to flat surface, edge to face, face to face, and end grain to long grain. So come on, let's get it on. Right, so let's get this open. Let's take that bit off, like so. Got a pair of gloves in here. It is advised to wear gloves. If I can get into this packaging. Stick the nozzle on, and we'll just snip that off about there. Stick that back on for a second. Into the cork gun. Booyah! Remind you of anyone? Wow, these gloves are really noisy. I would normally wear gloves, but I don't want it to interfere with the audio and what you can hear. So I'm going to take them off and be really, really careful. So let's start with our MDF and bit of ply, just so we got a couple of fairly large flat surfaces. There's quite a lot of friction on there already, so I've got a feeling this will stick quite well. Now what you do need to do with this wood adhesive is to just dampen one area. It does suggest with a damp cloth, but if I can get that damp just as I've got it there, then that's cool. If you are using this over large areas, it would be a good idea to use a spreader. So I'm not going to go too mad, and I'm just going to try and spread it with something. So as you can see, it's a almost clear gel. Spread it fairly evenly. So this is, I'm guessing, a little bit like expanding glue, because it's starting to go a little bit foamy and a little bit white, as you can see. Well, what we're going to do is flip that onto there, give a bit of a push down. I need to clamp it. Actually, just like that's cool. I'll just leave that with one clamp on. Next up, we'll do this bit of hardwood. We'll do this edge on this flat edge here. Again, dampen it, just wipe that off. There we go. You only need to do that on one face, and you only need to put this on one face. And I'm going to put a little bit less. If you're familiar with using expanding glue, you know that you don't need to put that much on, because it is expanding, it really does fill in the gaps and creates a much larger area of glue than you actually started with. Okay, we'll stick a clamp on that. There we go, that's our second bit done. All right, next, a couple of bits of softwood. Put that on there like that. Give it a squish. A couple of clamps. Yes, please. One there. And one there. There we go. So the last thing that I've got, as I say, is this timber from a pallet. And I've got one nice clean edge there, or end grain, and that's fairly flat on there. I'm not going to clamp this, because I'm not going to be able to clamp it when I do my coffee table, but what I will do is just put a bit of weight on it to allow it to go off, and we'll just see how well that sticks without it actually being clamped. We'll put bit of water on that, dampen that surface. Of course, that's very porous there, being the end grain of a bit of softwood. Bit of that, and what we'll do, we'll stick a weight on that. Oh, go interrupt my workout. And we'll put that on there, just like that. Perfect. Oh, I can actually hear it bubbling. At least it's working. Right, check this out, guys. Drying time, press time 30 minutes. So it needs to be clamped for about 30 minutes. Then it can be handled. Full bond strength is achieved after 24 hours. So we're going to leave this now until tomorrow. I'm going to give it every chance to really bond and go off, and we'll come back, we'll test it, we'll see if we can knock these bits off, and then I can decide whether I'm going to use it for my table. But I've got a feeling I probably am. But let's check those results out real soon. Over 24 hours later, I did leave these boards clamped up. So you don't necessarily have to keep them clamped up for the 24 hours, just the first sort of half hour. And I really don't think I'm going to be able to pull something like that apart. I mean, that's just going to be ridiculous. That's not going to happen. This one feels pretty good as well. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be able to pull it. So there we go, has come off. But what it's done is actually taken some of the timber off of the of this piece here. So it's not the glue that's failed, it's the wood. I'm not even going to try that. That's not going to happen. This piece here, that is pretty solid. Well, I do hope this is giving you a really good idea as to whether this stuff's any good. And I think it is pretty good, to be honest. I'm already thinking I'm definitely using this for my table. I know what's going to happen here. And I can hear it already. The MDF is actually splitting where I'm lifting the ply. You can probably hear it too. Wow, that's just... There it goes, look. So as you can see, the MDF has failed before the glue. That's saying something. Well, I'm not going to get that apart. That feels really tough. Let's just try one more time if I can. That's how much force I need to get that. Oh, there we go. So I've done it. See, that is just holding on there, but that's actually the timber that has split, just like our bit of softwood here. So you've got this timber that's come off there and stuck there. So it's not the glue, it's the timber. So in my opinion, this Geocel joiner's mate wood adhesive is the dog's. Am I allowed to say that? Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.